time speaking in front of the crowd. The only time, other time is I said I do, and for the last 30 years I've been saying I don't. So here we go. Basically, about 3 weeks ago, a friend of mine, he has a jewellery shop not too far from here, and it was 5 o'clock in the evening, and it was getting quiet, and he had a bad day. So in walked an elderly gentleman with a young lady next to him, who was very good looking, and he said, "Could we have a look at some rings?" So my friend Ronan, of course, he's delighted. "Yeah, absolutely. Business, great." Took out a few rings. They were worth about between 500 and maybe 1,000. And excuse me, there wasn't much of a movement with the girl. So she looked and she said, "It was really." So he said, "Do you have anything better? You know, it's a little bit more expensive." So he took out another tray, and they were worth between 5,000 and 10,000. And there was a bit of movement. The eyes were beginning to dance, and a little bit of jigging around. And he was saying, "Yeah, okay, well, look, let's not cut to the chase. You know, something really good. Pop your drawer here now." So he had a couple of rings that his mother-in-law had from the previous shop, and they were ranging between 87 and 120,000. So there was only about half a dozen. And at this stage, the young lady was bouncing around the shop, and he was trying to control her. I said, "Is there anything here you fancy?" Yeah, of course. She lit on one ring, and it was worth 97,000. And he said, "We'll take that." And he said, would you like a bit of a discount?" No, as it is, you know, no problem. But of course, you will size it for me." "Oh, absolutely, sir. Yes, absolutely." And he took out his checkbook. Now we're talking about 5 o'clock Friday evening, checkbook. And of course, my friend said, "Hey, whoa, come here. Listen. You know, what am I going to do with this?" So he said, "I know what you're thinking." The elderly gentleman said, "You know, you don't know me. The check isn't worth. What's the check worth?" So he said, "Look, if we left till Tuesday, if I came back on Tuesday, could you have it all clear by then, ring sized and possibly the check cleared?" "Absolutely." So Tuesday morning, my friend, he was standing in the shop, and he was kind of jigging around because he didn't have very good news. But in walked the elderly gentleman anyway, and he looked at him, and my friend said, "I'm very sorry, but your check bounced." "I don't worry about that, but let me tell you about my weekend."